Hi guys, it's Samantha and I am back today with yet another tag video because tags are awesome. Today I'm going to be doing the Bookshelf Yearbook Tag, and this tag was created by the wonderful Emma Books, and I was also tagged by her, the creator, so that's pretty cool. So basically, you know, it's like a bunch of those little categories you have in the high school yearbooks, like best dressed, who's the class clown, those type of things, only they're applied to your bookshelf. So let us get cracking on this. Number one is the best cover. This is a tall order. As you know, I've already done several videos on my favorite book covers, so I'm just going to choose one of my favorites for now. So I'm going to show you guys one book that I don't show that often because I haven't read it yet, but I still think the cover's pretty cool. And that book is The Midnight Queen by Sylvia Izzo Hunter. I just find this book cover to be really cool. It's all purple, and I really like the white offset with the owl, and I love owls and the city, and it just looks super cool. So I don't really know too much about what this book is about, except for it's sort of an alternate historical fantasy book, I guess, but it looks like it's pretty cool. I will eventually read it one day. If you've read it, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Number two is the best male protagonist. Again, this is something of a tall order, but I'm going to have to go with Locke from the Gentleman Bastard series, and The Lies of Locke Lamora here is the first book. I absolutely adore Locke. I love his resourcefulness, I love his wit, I love everything about him because he is just a hilariously awesome, fantastic male protagonist. Next one up is the best female protagonist. For this, I'm going with Alana from the Song of the Lioness Quartet. I absolutely adored Alana. I thought she was pretty a kick-ass female character. She was one of the characters that I started to get into during my teenage years, my first introduction to sort of female heroine fantasy type books. She is just awesome. I love Alana. She stuck up for what she believed in. She did what her heart told her, and she was just all around fantastic. The next category is the best villain. For this one, I'm going with Ursula Monckton from The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. She really creeped me out, like super creepy, hella creepy. She freaked me out. She seriously, that character, that villain, has to be one of the scariest, creepiest villains I have encountered. If you've read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to give too much away because I think it'd be easy to spoil this book, but to suffice it to say, everything about her is freaky. Her actions, the way that she looks, what she does, everything. And it just sort of is like the ultimate villain in my mind, just based upon how it made me feel. So yeah. The next one up is the cutest couple. For this, I'm going with Percy and Annabeth from the Percy Jackson series. I just really like Percy and Annabeth and their dynamic with one another. I don't know, they just crack me up. I think they're a hilarious, cute little couple, and I will ship them forever. Next up is the coolest fictional world. I'm going with Middle Earth on this one because I love Middle Earth. Everything about it is cool. It sounds gorgeous. It sounds scary because marauding orcs, am I right? But it just sounds really cool and enchanting and fantastical and whimsical, and I would love to visit Middle Earth if I had the opportunity. It would be cool. Maybe if the Doctor was real and you could punch through into another galaxy, it might exist in another universe, you never know. Next up is the most interesting plot. I'm going with the Gentleman Bastard series of books for this one, Lies of Locke Lamora, Red Seas Under Red Skies, and Republic of Thieves, because the way that he weaves his plots together, and the way he ties them all back into the end, like dropping a clue here, and 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 it feels like it's all disconnected, but at the end, it's like, whoop, ties it up in a little bow, and it's fantastic, and I love it. And it's amazing. Seriously, Scotland has to be one of the best storytellers I have ever encountered, and it's fabulous. Next up is most overhyped book. Honestly, I haven't read too many books that are super hyped. I own some that I have not yet read, like City of Bones and such, but I don't know. I guess I don't really have one to show you guys. I feel like Queen of the Tearling's been super hyped, and I didn't much care for the book, so I feel like it's a little bit overhyped than it is deserving of, but this is about the closest I can come to answering this question. Next up is most likely to put you to sleep. That one I'm going to have to go Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. I didn't much care for this book. It did not capture my interest, and I couldn't even finish it, so definitely a snooze fest for me. Next up is most likely to get picked up at a bookstore. I'm going to say My True Love Gave to Me because A, it's Christmas, and who doesn't love Christmas, and B, because it is filled with a bunch of famous, popular, contemporary authors that I think would prompt a lot of people to pick this book up if they saw it in the bookstore. So yeah. Next is most likely to collect dust on the shelf at a bookstore. For this one, I'm actually going to go with Heart's Blood by Juliet Marillier, or really any of Juliet Marillier's works. I haven't actually read this one yet, because I feel like not very many people know about her, and they would just pass her over and not think much of her books or anything, and would just neglect the poor little things when she is a fantastic author and has written some of my favorite books. So people, give Juliet Marillier some more love. Next is most likely to be reread. Harry Potter. Let's be real here. We all know that 95% of people who have read Harry Potter will reread it again. I can't even tell you how many times I have reread this book because I don't even know anymore. I've lost count. The Harry Potter series, definitely. It has to be one of the most reread book series of all times. That's for The Lord of the Rings, but still, Harry Potter. And finally, the number one greatest book of all time. That question is utterly impossible to answer. I cannot tell you what my number one favorite book of all time is or should be, because I can't even decide. But I will list some of my favorites: Harry Potter, The Hobbit, Alana, Daughter of the Forest, Theft of Swords. There's just so many. I can't just choose one, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself, you know? Alright guys, that was the Bookshelf Yearbook Tag. As for who I am going to be tagging, I am going to tag Sabrina from Steakachino, Crisper's Book Nook, Burnett Bibliophile, and Becca Awesome Booknet. I can't wait to see your guys' videos to see what books you pick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye! Hello, all of you lovely people. It is Samantha, and I am here today with a Friday Reads video, which I'm sure you guys are like, what? You've never done one before. Why are you doing one now? Because I can, and because I am going to be participating in the hashtag 24 and 48 readathon.